It's not just about looks or charm. It's about the subtle interplay of emotion, perception, and behavior. Women make decisions based on how safe, connected, and understood they feel. And their choice to sleep with a man is a reflection of this deeper psychological dynamic. First thing, emotional connection is foundational. When a woman feels heard, understood, and emotionally valued, it triggers a sense of closeness that goes beyond physical desire. This doesn't mean manipulating emotions or forcing intimacy. It means genuinely engaging with her world, listening without judgment, and showing empathy. Women respond to authenticity. The more real and emotionally present a man is, the more naturally desire is stimulated. Emotional intimacy becomes a bridge, allowing physical intimacy to feel safe and wanted. Confidence plays a critical role, but it must be balanced. A man's self-assurance communicates stability and competence, signaling that he is someone who can navigate challenges and support her if needed. Confidence is magnetic, but why emotional connection matters more than physical looks, arrogance repels. Women are subconsciously drawn to men who display confidence through calmness, body language, and decision-making without making others feel inferior or diminished. The subtle difference between confidence and arrogance can determine whether attraction grows or dies. Behavioral cues communicate more than words ever could. Women are finely attuned to nonverbal signals like posture, eye contact, and touch. These cues can create tension, anticipation, or reassurance. A confident gaze, a respectful touch, or even the energy you radiate in her presence communicates interest far more than verbal expressions. Understanding these cues is less about learning tricks and more about cultivating awareness of how your presence impacts her perception. Consistency and reliability are often underestimated in sexual attraction. Women notice patterns even subconsciously. A man who follows through on promises, respects boundaries, and behaves predictably in character conveys trustworthiness. Trust in turn reduces fear and increases comfort, which is essential for intimacy. Without this foundational trust, physical attraction alone rarely leads to sexual intimacy. Emotional connection is the foundation of all meaningful attraction and intimacy, and it plays a far more significant role in a woman's decision to become physically intimate than most men realize. While many assume that physical appearance or sexual prowess are the primary drivers of desire, research and observations of female psychology show a different story. Women are deeply influenced by how safe, understood, and emotionally connected they feel with a man. This is not about superficial gestures or fleeting charm. It is about building a genuine emotional bridge that allows her to trust and feel close to you. When a woman senses authenticity and emotional presence, her subconscious mind begins to associate you with safety, value, and comfort. And these feelings lay the groundwork for desire to flourish. Emotional connection is subtle and powerful, often bypassing conscious confidence versus arrogance. The hidden difference. Women feel instantly reasoning entirely because humans are wired to respond to emotional signals that indicate empathy, understanding, and security. The first element of emotional connection is feeling understood. Women have an acute sensitivity to whether a man truly listens to them or merely responds with scripted replies. Listening is more than just hearing words. It is observing tone, facial expressions, and even the pauses in conversation. When you engage in active listening, it communicates that you value her thoughts and experiences. Women often measure men by how well they can tune into these nuances. A man who can reflect on her feelings, acknowledge them without judgment, and respond with empathy creates a subconscious environment where trust and intimacy naturally grow. The perception of being genuinely understood triggers a deep sense of validation. And when a woman feels validated, she starts to let her guard down, making intimacy more likely to develop. This is why conversations that go beyond surface-level topics are so influential. Discussions that delve into aspirations, fears, or personal stories create a connection that transcends physical appearance. Emotional connection also relies on making a woman feel safe, both emotionally and psychologically. Safety here does not mean merely avoiding conflict. It involves demonstrating consistent reliability and a stable presence in her life. Women are naturally attuned to signals of emotional stability, and a man who responds calmly to challenges, handles stress with composure, and remains dependable, builds a subconscious sense of security. This security allows her to experience vulnerability without fear, which is crucial for intimacy. Vulnerability and trust are intertwined. And when a woman feels secure in your presence, she is more likely to open herself up not only emotionally but also physically. Emotional safety is not a transactional act. It is a consistent pattern of behavior that reassures her that her feelings, behavioral cues that speak louder than words, boundaries, and values will be respected at every stage. Empathy is another essential component of emotional connection. Demonstrating empathy is not about solving problems or giving advice. It is about feeling and reflecting her emotions in a way that shows genuine understanding. Women are naturally sensitive to the emotional tone of their surroundings. An Aman who can mirror her emotional state with compassion communicates deep resonance. This emotional resonance is far more attractive than mere verbal charm or physical allure. Empathy conveys that you are in tune with her inner world and that you're capable of nurturing the connection rather than exploiting it over time. This creates a strong psychological bond, a sense of intimacy that transcends the physical and anchors desire in emotional trust. A woman's attraction often stems from this bond, where emotional connection acts as a catalyst for physical closeness rather than the other way around. Shared experiences and meaningful conversations are practical tools for cultivating emotional connection. Engaging in activities that evoke joy, challenge, or curiosity together strengthens the psychological bond. When you share a moment that is emotionally charged, whether it is laughter or even facing a minor challenge together, it becomes part of a shared memory that reinforces closeness. Conversations that explore personal values, dreams, or vulnerabilities deepen emotional intimacy because they reveal the core of who you are. Women subconsciously assess the quality of this connection, looking for signs that you are attuned to their emotional world. The rarer and more genuine the interaction, the stronger the attraction becomes. Emotional closeness is cumulative. Every moment of genuine understanding and presence adds a layer to the bond that makes intimacy a natural extension. It is also important to note that emotional connection cannot be faked. Women are highly perceptive and can often sense inauthenticity, even if consistency and reliability build desire, it is subtle. Superficial flattery or scripted gestures may create temporary attention, but they do not foster lasting desire. Authenticity is essential because the emotional connection must be rooted in truth. A man who shares his own thoughts, feelings, and vulnerabilities invites her into a space of mutual openness. This mutual exchange of emotional presence forms a dynamic where both parties feel seen, heard, and appreciated over time. This reciprocity deepens. Physical intimacy naturally increases. Emotional connection is therefore not just a tactic. It is a way of being that prioritizes understanding, presence, and authenticity. In conclusion, emotional connection over physical attraction is the cornerstone of female desire. Women are drawn to men who make them feel understood, safe, and emotionally valued. They respond to empathy, active listening, and consistent presence far more than to superficial charm or physical appearance alone. Emotional connection cultivates trust, vulnerability, and intimacy, all of which are prerequisites for a woman to willingly engage in physical closeness. Understanding and embodying these principles is not about manipulation. It is about creating a genuine, respectful bond that naturally allows desire to flourish. When a man prioritizes emotional connection, he does not simply become attractive. He becomes irresistible in a way that transcends the physical, forming a lasting foundation for intimacy. Confidence is one of the most influential traits a man can cultivate when it comes to female attraction. Yet it is often misunderstood. Many people confuse confidence with arrogance, and this confusion leads to behaviors that repel rather than attract. True confidence is subtle, grounded and rooted in self, assuredness without the need to dominate, belittle, or prove oneself too. The mystery factor. How subtle challenge creates attraction. Women are highly sensitive to the difference between someone who is genuinely confident and someone who projects a false sense of superiority. Confidence signals stability, competence, and emotional maturity. All of which are highly attractive qualities because they indicate that a man can navigate life effectively and provide security. Both emotionally and practically. Arrogance, on the other hand, signals insecurity beneath the surface. Thing, it tries to convince others of worth, rather than naturally embodying it. Thing. Understanding this distinction is essential for building meaningful attraction and creating a foundation for intimacy. Thing, true confidence begins with self-awareness. A confident man knows who he is, what he values, and what he wants from life. Thing, he is comfortable in his own skin and does not rely on external validation to feel worthy. Thing, this self-awareness allows him to move through social interactions with calmness and assurance. Thing. Women are instinctively drawn to men who exhibit this level of self-knowledge because it communicates stability and reliability. Thing. When a man walks into a room and carries himself with poise, not because he wants to impress, but because he understands his own value. Thing. It creates an unconscious perception of strength and competence. This strength is not aggressive or forceful. It is quiet, steady, and magnetic. Thing, allowing women to feel drawn without feeling pressured or intimidated. Another key element of confidence is decisiveness. Thing. A confident man is able to make decisions efficiently, whether small everyday choices or more significant life, respect, safety, and emotional trust before intimacy decisions. Thing, indecisiveness can be perceived as weakness or lack of direction, while decisiveness signals clarity of thought and purpose. Thing. Women are psychologically wired to respond positively to men who can take the lead in situations while respecting their boundaries and perspectives. Thing. The balance between initiative and consideration is what sets confidence apart from arrogance. A confident man knows when to lead, when to step back. Thing, and how to navigate the social dynamics in a way that encourages mutual respect and engagement. Thing. Confidence also manifests in the way a man carries himself physically. Thing, body language is a critical nonverbal communication tool that reflects self-assurance. Posture, tone of voice, eye contact. Thing, and the pace of speech all convey subtle messages about a man's internal state. Thing. Women are highly perceptive of these cues and can detect even slight hesitations or uncertainties. Standing tall. Thing. Making steady eye contact without staring, speaking clearly and calmly. All these behaviors communicate confidence without words. On the other hand, Thing, arrogance often comes across in exaggerated gestures, forced dominance, or unnecessary bravado. Thing, which immediately creates distance rather than attraction. Thing, understanding how to embody confidence through physical presence is essential, because women unconsciously read these signals and respond emotionally long before any verbal interaction takes place. Thing, emotional regulation is another cornerstone of true confidence. Thing. A confident man is able to manage his emotions without suppressing them or allowing them to dictate behavior in negative ways. Thing. This includes final thoughts, understanding her mind, not controlling it, handling stress, criticism, and conflict calmly and constructively. Thing, women are naturally attuned to emotional stability because it signals security and reliability. When a man reacts impulsively, aggressively, Thing, or defensively, it triggers alertness and caution rather than desire. Conversely, Thing, when a man demonstrates control over his emotions while remaining authentic and expressive, it fosters a sense of safety and admiration. Thing. Emotional regulation shows that he